Taurus, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the Renaissance Tarot, to your funny and your most favorite Armenian guy, where I serve and I slay. So, Daddy Taurus, Mama Taurus, today I'm going to be doing your reading from November 3rd to the 9th. And in this reading, I'm going to take a look at your recent, past, present, and future. I'm going to clarify the main challenge, all the cards, and get some final advice for you. Now, dear Taurus, I would like to express my gratitude to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here. Your presence is greatly appreciated. We are entering into the week where the full moon is going to be in your sign as well, Taurus. And the full moon being in your sign, it means that there is a lot of reevaluation going on about self-worth, stability. So this is a very important time for everyone to really reevaluate their self-worth and who they really are and what kind of relationships they desire to be in and the quality of those relationships. Okay, so your challenge, dear Taurus, is the Six of Swords, and what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Five of Swords. Your challenge here, dear Taurus, has a lot to do with the Six of Swords energy, and honestly, I'm not really surprised because this is about a transition, this is about a change, moving on to something new, moving on to a new direction. This could also indicate for many of you a healing journey that you have embarked onto and is still continuing. The water here represents our emotions, our spirituality, our journey, and of course it is very much connected to the moon. As you can see on this side of the boat, there is the water that are very choppy, and then on the other side is peaceful. So a lot of you are moving towards peace. A lot of you are moving towards a situation here, maybe with someone where there is going to be peace, where there is going to be, let's stay away from conflict, because what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck is the Five of Swords. So it looks like there is some sort of a conflict that might have happened between you and someone else. And what you want is you want peace, okay? You want forgiveness. So we're going to talk about this and see why this is your challenge and clarify in a minute. In the recent past, dear Taurus, you have the Page of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and the Star. For many of you in the recent past, we're dealing with an Aquarius, possibly a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. A lot of you, I feel like that you kind of felt not really chosen by someone here. The love offer came in here for a lot of you. You embarked onto a new beginning. Okay, you embarked onto a new chapter with this person. But with the Star here being at the bottom, is like you had a lot of hopes with this person. You had a lot of desires and dreams and goals that you wanted to fulfill, but there was a lot of confusion, okay, with the Seven of Cups. You didn't really know what this person exactly wanted or if both of you were on the same page or not. We're going to get back to this and clarify shortly. In the present moment, you have the King of Swords, the Two of Wands, and the King of Cups. So in the present moment, many of you are faced with a very important decision to make with the Two of Wands, right? Whether you are going to go this direction or you're going to go to that direction. For a lot of you, this could be a long distance relationship connection with someone. And I do see here you are wanting to have a conversation with someone here very specific that might have avoided having that conversation. Maybe you have dealt with someone that was emotionally unavailable or suppressed their feelings down and they were not ready to communicate or they were not ready to tell you something. For a lot of you in the present moment, you might be even considering about a move, okay, or making some big moves about yourself. So we're going to talk about this shortly in a moment and clarify. In the near future, you have the Emperor, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. Some of you also might be dealing with an Aries here, I'm seeing. For many of you, I do see here allowing the situation to unfold in a way that you are going to be investing into it again. I'm seeing here a reinvestment with the Eight of Pentacles and giving this another chance, which shows here with the Ace of Pentacles, a brand new beginning. Some of you could be dealing with someone maybe who has a child, or maybe you have a child, you know, it doesn't have to be, but I do see here children here being involved as well. You could also be dealing with someone who is either a business owner or you are a business owner. Definitely a power dynamic here between you and this person. But I do see here putting all of your efforts into this connection and wanting to work it out again. Okay, so what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, as I said earlier, there is some sort of a conflict that you are going to need to avoid. So let's get into your reading, dear Taurus, and clarify all the cards for you. I'm going to clarify the Six of Swords for you, which is the challenge. So the Six of Swords is clarified by the Knight of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Three of Cups. A lot of you would like to have a face-to-face conversation with this person. I feel like for many of you, you're doing a lot of contemplation. You have been doing a lot of thinking about this situation. We know that this is a love reading, but also for a lot of you, you could be thinking about some sort of a career change. 10:10 on the clock as I'm saying this right now, so you may want to check that out to see what that specifically means for you. Now, in the present moment, okay, for the upcoming week, your challenge here really has a lot to do whether you would want to reconcile with this person and be back together, or you would want to be on your own. Why am I saying that? Is because you have the Nine of Pentacles, which is all about the independent energy. Someone who is independent, someone who does their own thing, have their own routine, creates their own business, makes their own money, right? And there is the Three of Cups on the other side, which is this contemplation of, we can reconcile and we can be back together, but I'm not so sure about that. And my intuition is telling me one of the reasons why you are not so sure about that is because there was a lot of confusion in the past, a lot of on and off energy, and you just don't want to find yourself in that kind of a situation. You being a Taurus, you're all about being grounded. You're all about being very stable and stability in relationships, in your job. So you're definitely questioning that. So that's why resolving a conflict here, resolving an issue here with the Six of Swords, it's gonna happen for many of you. And it's one thing to resolve a conflict and to move on with your own life, right? But it's also another thing to give it another chance and to reconcile and to be back together. Okay, so let's talk about the recent past for you, dear Taurus, and see what happened. So I'm going to clarify the Page of Pentacles. Definitely a new beginning here that happened between you and this person in the recent past. Okay, a new offer came in. There could be age differences between you and this person also. So the Page of Pentacles is clarified by the Ten of Swords, the Lovers, and the Page of Cups. A lot of you might have just ended something with another person, or maybe you came out of a toxic relationship, or maybe you were involved with someone that was not working out, and this person came out of the blue. Okay, this person came into your life, they made a love offer to you, they started having a conversation, there was definitely a brand new beginning between you and them, and you were still in the middle of, or in the process of closing some sort of a chapter with someone that you had a fallout with, or maybe a separation, for somebody maybe a divorce, and this person appeared out of nowhere. This could have been someone that you have known from way past that resurfaced back again. Does not have to be your story, but all in all, I do feel like here for a lot of you, you felt very familiar with this soul. You felt you have known each other your entire life, or the lives before, right? With the lovers too, excuse me. So love offer definitely came into your life. Now let's see why you and this person were in a situation where there was a lot of confusion, uncertainty. So maybe someone here also tried to keep their options open, or there was a lot going on both ends, okay? So the Seven of Cups in the recent past is clarified by the Five of Swords, the Six of Swords, and the Judgment. Scorpio energy here as well. So I feel like that in the recent past for many of you, there was a lot of conflict, a lot of on and off energy here. Interestingly enough, your challenge is the Six of Swords. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Five of Swords, right? I want you to take a look at these cards right now for a second. Okay, and here you also have in the recent past the same cards, Six of Swords and the Five of Swords. So competition, argument, conflict, multiple people being involved into this situation. And I think that, it's just there was a lot of misunderstanding and miscommunication happening between you and this person. Also, with the Judgment here, some of you maybe decided to be like, you know what, I have a realization. I don't think this is going to work out between us because I don't like conflict. And I think for sure, I'm son of a Taurus, right? And a Capricorn. It's like for earth signs, you just want to chill. You want to have a good time. You don't want to have no conflict with no one. So it just was not working out the way that you wanted to with this person. Maybe also because there were some external factors that was influencing in this connection, okay, for you and them. Let's talk about the star here for you in the recent past, okay? So the star here is clarified by the Nine of Swords, the Temperance here, and the Six of Wands. So Sagittarius energy here is present as well. I feel like you were very much stressed out. I don't know, I'm also getting chills right now. You were very much, stressed out about the fact that this situation had the potential to heal, had the potential to move forward, but it just didn't happen, okay? The Temperance here is all about healing things, wanting to reconcile, okay? Even though there might have been a lot of obstacles and odds were against you, but as you can see, the Temperance is pouring from one cup to another. That means blending things together, wanting to work things out, and you had that vision to work things out with this person and move on with the Six of Wands energy. But it became very stressful for many of you. Maybe you were also dealing with someone who was, had a difficult personality, and there was a lot of stress involved in this situation. So in the present moment, you are between two timelines. You are definitely doing a lot of contemplation with the world, with the Two of Wands here. I was going to say the world, but I'm going to clarify the King of Swords. I feel like this is your person's energy right here. There is almost, I'm getting here, someone planning a conversation or writing a message here. So the King of Swords is clarified by the Page of Pentacles, Page of Wands, and the Two of Wands. Yeah, it's the same energetic projection here. It's the same mirroring. Someone here is also, on the other hand, with both of these Two of Wands, contemplating and thinking, how can I talk to Taurus? What do I need to say? Page of Pentacles, Page of Wands. So you could be either the same age, or there is a lot of youth and a lot of vitality in this connection. Age doesn't really matter, but I just feel like when you and this person get together, Taurus, it feels like you both are like so young again. You're like so young. You have this rejuvenation. There is a lot of excitement going on. And both of you at the same time are thinking, who is going to reach out first? Who is going to make the first move? And many of you, I feel like that that you just want to detach and remain in this energy of, what? I'm gonna hold off a little bit. I'm gonna hold off. I don't have to force anything. I need to make sure that me and this person are in alignment. So let's talk about the Two of Wands for you, dear Taurus, in the present moment. So the Two of Wands in the present moment, which is on top of your reading, Taurus, is clarified by the King of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles. Couldn't be any more accurate, you know what I mean? You are the King of Pentacles in tarot, and I've mentioned this multiple times. King of Pentacles is the hottest king to me. So for a lot of you, you already know this person. There is a lot of reminiscing. There is a lot of familiarity, a lot of nostalgia happening. Anytime you see the Six of Cups appearing, dear Taurus, it indicates somebody from the past. And you seem to be kind of going like back and forth and reminiscing and wandering with the Two of Pentacles. What do I do, right? Do I go this way? Do I go that way? I think a lot of times when you have these flashbacks and these memories from this person, you may feel a certain way. You may kind of get a little bit emotionally overwhelmed, because this right here with the Two of Pentacles, the water in the background, that's, the waves, the high and low tides, it represents that sometimes you find yourself being in this emotional roller coaster. Now, for a lot of you, I do feel like here that with this person, you might have tasted some sort of a specific food. I don't know why I'm getting here something about burritos or Mexican food or some sort of a cultural cuisine, different kind of a food, that it's like, it just reminds me of that, okay? It reminds you of that as well. So you constantly have these signs and synchronicities and certain foods, certain cologne, something about those things that might be very significant for you. I don't know why I'm getting here Chanel. That's just what came up to me. Louis Vuitton, I don't know. But those things may be very significant, or a specific perfume, cologne smell. Okay, so those things definitely bring memories back to you with the Six of Cups. Now let's talk about the King of Cups in the present moment. I feel like this has a lot to do with you wanting to emotionally be in a state of being, in a state of mind where you are ready to allow this situation to unfold. So the King of Cups, right? Compassion, forgiveness, emotional openness is clarified by the Empress, that's you, the Four of Swords, and the High Priestess. Wow, and the Hangman at the bottom of the deck. So strong Pisces energy here, Virgo energy. So Taurus, you are the Empress. You are the person that wants to nurture, wants to be in a relationship which can actually blossom and which can grow. You know, you have a growth mindset here. So for many of you, you have been doing a lot of healing with the Four of Swords. It's, you know, I mean, it's not a joke. You know what I'm saying? Like your personal healing journey has been very powerful. It's been also isolating. It felt lonely at times. I just feel like that a lot of you are recognizing that it was not for nothing. You went through a lot of trials and tribulations and obstacles, but all of those things actually honed your spiritual gifts as well with the High Priestess, because you are someone that you are very spiritual. So it honed your spiritual gifts. You have been able to really move forward with confidence, knowing that your journey, this person is part of your journey, and you do have free will, and you can move whichever direction you would like to move. So for many of you, I do see here a lot of healing happening, and this is gonna really prepare you for this conversation or for this decision here, moving forward peacefully, or moving on peacefully, or moving with them peacefully and investing. Okay, so we have the Emperor here in the near future. I do see here a very strong, determined energy, Taurus, when it comes to you, when it comes to this connection. Someone here seems to be really stepping into the power of like wanting to work something out with you. The Emperor is clarified by the Moon, Cancer energy, Justice, and the Seven of Wands. Even though it is not typical of this person a lot of times to really maybe either make the first move, or it's not very typical of them to really be the one that would say, you know, I don't know, I'm apologizing, I'm sorry, or whatever. But you know, I feel like this person wants to make things right with you with the Justice, okay? They want to make peace, they want to create peace, they want to face those issues, okay? This is the person that maybe you felt like a lot of conflicts, a lot of issues were swept under the rug, and they were not very much dealt with at a very deep level, right? And you know, when we accumulate stuff and emotions and suppressed feelings, they come one way or another, and they affect us, maybe even physically. So this person seems to be really stepping into their power, dear Taurus, and wanting to come towards you and resolve this conflict with you, okay? And you have the Moon here. You know what I mean? So you have the full moon right there, dear Taurus, and this is talking about, you know, things coming out, okay, from our subconscious mind. These crayfish here coming out of the water, that indicates whatever is hidden in our subconscious mind deep down, it is going to come to the surface. And because the full moon is going to happen in your sign, anyone related to you, any person from the past, any family member, all of those people are going to have some sort of a realization about you. You're going to be on a lot of people's minds, by the way. Okay, so it could be also some other people trying to come back from the past to make peace with you as well. You are just going to need to use your discernment and your powerful spiritual gifts to discern what you really want to do with these people. Okay, so we have the Eight of Pentacles is clarified by the Ace of Wands, the Magician here, and the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. I don't know, you might be doing some manifestation rituals here with water or something, but you are absolutely manifesting a brand new beginning here. You might be constantly saying to yourself, affirming, love assumption, you know, whatever you are doing, you're definitely making it very clear to the universe. You're sending a clear signal to the universe that this is what you want. You want to have a brand new beginning with this person. You want to have a fresh start. You're manifesting. The Magician here represents as above, so below, right? So you're manifesting your desires into reality. And that reality is going to be very tangible, not something like up in the air, because the Ace of Pentacles here is about, you know, really grounded, tangible result. And you have the Ace of Wands, which is about an offer, and it is about a brand new beginning, which is very passionate. And this is you right here putting into your efforts here. And wow, I just actually noticed there is two of the Ace of Pentacles here in the near future for you. So that's another double confirmation for many of you. I also saw 1909 on the timer, so you can look it up to see what is the angel's message about that. So the Ace of Pentacles in the near future is clarified by the Eight of Pentacles, King of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. Okay, so again, it's just showing up with the Ace of Pentacles as a double confirmation, dear Taurus, that in the near future, I do see here, based on this face-to-face conversation with the King of Swords, You are finally deciding to let go of the past burdens, okay? With the 10 of Wands here, maybe things have been feeling very heavy, very exhausting. A lot of you have been carrying these baggages with you, but you're gonna let it go, because even though you may feel, oh, I'm feeling overwhelmed, it's also because of the full moon, and the full moon amplifies the emotions and our feelings, right, at a very deep and a grand scale. So I do strongly feel like here a lot of you are gonna put the necessary efforts and the energy to actually work this situation out with this person, okay, and move forward. You have the Knight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. This is Taurus energy right here, with the green bushes up on this person's helmet. That indicates your vision and your passion and your goals, that you see that this connection carries the potential to actually grow something out of it and be able to move forward with this conflict here. Because, you know, there has been conflicts in the past that maybe they were not really dealt with, but I see here you wanting to really deal with those issues at a very peaceful level. And what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck with the 5 of Swords, 6 of Wands, yeah, you just want to come out of this situation victoriously and in a very noble and honorable way. Okay, so let's see what is the advice for you, dear Taurus. What is the advice for my Tauruses? So you have the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck, stepping into the power, 5 of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the 7 of Swords. It is not a surprise that many of you encountered a lot of trust issues in the past with the 7 of Swords. 5 of Pentacles, abandonment, loneliness, sadness. But look at the Chariot emerging out of all of these, right? The Chariot is a very determined energy to leave the past behind. As you can see, there is a city behind the Chariot. It's moving forward. It's putting the past behind and moving towards this direction where your vision is, because you're a visionary. You're someone that you have a very specific vision towards. So the advice here for you is to see the opportunity that's arising out of this situation, to move forward towards a new direction and destination where there is a lot of happiness. But I will also say that it's going to happen slow, steady, which is way more promising and better than just, you know, having something, deciding things way too quickly and being hasty. So, dear Mama Taurus and Daddy Taurus, this is what I had for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that this reading helped keep that beautiful smile back up. You look great. I love you, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.